Well, I've been feeling a bit lately. That's don't even know how you'd spell that, but yeah, a little bit Um, combination of bored and not as upbeat as I have been, which is stupid because I should be. Just as though something's missing. I don't know what it is that's missing, but something's missing. Can't put my finger on it, but something is missing. So I need to do something. Well, there was loads missing. Again, I've been watching loads of car videos and guitar videos, and I'm not allowed to drive and I can't physically drive and I can't play guitar, and it's annoying the life out of me because I would love to be able to just go out and buy another car now and go and drive to the middle of nowhere, go to the countryside, go for a bit of a wander, and I can't. I'd love to be able to pick up a guitar, show my daughter some songs, maybe even buy a bass and then show her how to play a bit of that as well, but I can't. And I've got a couple of decent mics now, so I would like to be able to start recording some of the music I've done over the years, even if it's just acoustic and voice, to get them down so I don't forget what they sound like when I do eventually. And obviously this is going to happen. I will go a little bit senile at some point. Dementia is in my future, I know that. But yeah, so I need to find something to do. So I'm about to start doing a few editing videos just about what's going on at the moment, because it's an absolute embarrassment. I need to get some of that off my chest, I think, even though it's not hurting anymore. It used to be annoyed for days after getting beat, but now it's just, so, could be worse. Could be back in hospital. Well, being in hospital is no worse than watching Everton these days, seriously. Yeah. So I might have to make some of them, which might not go down well with all my new cheesy pop followers. That seems to be going quite well though. I really do enjoy doing them, must admit. I think the shorts with the music over has kept me a little bit sane over the last week or so. So I will continue to do some of them and find some other new little versions to do with it, because I do like doing them. I like finding the music and changing words, something I do all the time. Something I do without even thinking about most of the time. Find myself in the car, if a famous song comes on, I just automatically, my brain makes a connection to somewhere else and I will start singing completely different words. So I think I might do that. Reactions, I don't know if I want to go down that path, but I might do. Music would be difficult because obviously it'd have to be bands that I've never heard of before, and it's going to be really difficult to not find music I've heard. I have asked this one before and you normally get the same kind of thing back. Have you heard of Nirvana? They've got a song called Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah, mate, there's people who are dead, have been dead for hundreds of years, who still know what that song is. It's the same as there's a song called Imagine by this young guy called John Lennon, you know. Yeah, never heard of that one, mate. Yeah, despite the fact that I'm from Liverpool. Imagine that. But if you can come up with any bands that I've never heard of, good luck. I might just have a look. I've seen how well that's going with Kev, not only in terms of his YouTube channel going well, but just the fact that he's enjoying the music so much. And how I've listened to quite a few bands recently that have come up on me Spotify Discover Weekly, but I think I've absolutely destroyed the algorithm forevermore. From being in hospital up until today, I do the same thing most nights. This thing here, it's an eye mask and it's got built-in Bluetooth earphones, and I put that over my eyes and over my ears, and I will listen to ambient, drone ambient, dark drone ambient, dark ambient, all this random stuff that I never knew existed, which I now know does. I will listen to that, and it just puts me into a really meditative way of thinking and relaxing. And I can do that for a couple of hours if I'm feeling a bit hyper, or I can do it for 10 minutes and then I'll put on the white noise, which is the sound of a car driving, which since I was a kid, the sound of a car, being in a car driving, sets me to sleep. If I ever won the lottery and I won a proper serious wedge, I'd either have to employ drivers to drive me up and down motorways on nights where I couldn't sleep, or I'd have to get a simulator in the house. I don't know how you'd do that, but you know, wedge talks. Yeah. So we'll listen to that, and I think my algorithm has been absolutely annihilated, because now on my Discover Weekly, instead of being the same kind of stuff that I've been listening to for years, it's just absolutely deluged. It was can you deluge with ambient? I suppose you can, can't you? A lot of ambient music has got rain in it, so you know, I've deluged with ambient music. Very little indie, very little. I've got gloomcore as well, but there's loads of gloomcore stuff. I had no idea these things even existed until the age of 49. Look at me, I'm growing. But yeah, so if you find music I haven't heard, good luck, send it through, and I may or may not react to it. You never know. You might not want me to react to things. You might want me to just shut up and disappear and delete my account and never be seen ever again. No doubt, quite a few would. But that's not happening for the time being, because this is my therapy. Yeah. So you never know. I might look for some lunatic sports, like I mentioned earlier on one of the streams I was watching. I might do a kabaddi watch along, reaction to kabaddi. I used to watch it on Channel 4 and it was great. It's one of those sports, why isn't it bigger? I know it's massive in India, but why isn't it massive around the world? It's a genius thing. You don't need any equipment. You just get a piece of chalk and draw a court, or whatever it's called, a pitch, whatever you want to call it, and then just go and play kabaddi. Fantastic. So it's a bit cheaper than jousting. I know that you don't need a horse, you don't need a lance, you don't need some kind of permit from the state or from the government. Imagine trying to get a permit for doing jousting here. Health and safety. Oh no, I wouldn't have thought so. Has your horse been neutered? Can you put something on the end of the lance so it doesn't hurt anyone? You know, that kind of rubbish. But yeah. So if you can find, lunatic sports, I'm sure we can find quite a few of them. I'm not yet willing to do handball, even though I think I've seen a couple of games when I was over in the Netherlands. I think it was on German TV that we used to get coming across the border. German handball. So it was interesting. But to be honest, watching handball was always the same for me. I was looking at it thinking, put the ball on the floor. That's a great five-a-side net. That's a great five-a-side pitch. Have a game of footy instead. But I will try and find some lunatic sports as well. Oh, by the way, that behind me, that shirt, that is the Sport Club Enschede shirt. That was the team I played for over in the Netherlands, in Enschede, when I was a kid. We never played in shirts as good as that though. We never had sponsorship either, because we were nothing but sallow youths, little ragamuffins, or whatever the Dutch is for ragamuffins. Probably ragamuffin. Yeah. But it's up there next to me, Enschede street map, because I've been thinking back to those days quite fondly recently. And at times I wish I was back there, or I'd been back at least. I moved back to England in 1985. I haven't been back there since, and I've lost most of my Dutch, even though I could speak it completely fluently while I was there. What a complete waste that is. What an idiot I am. Should have kept up with that. If I'd have had the internet as it is and social media as it is back then in the 80s, I probably would have been sound. I would have been talking to people online and not lost it. So yeah, if anyone's got any what's it called, time machines. Send one this way, I'll go back and I won't lose my Dutch. Anyway, yeah, I'm whittering on now, aren't I? What a load of rubbish this is. So I'll let you go. Peace and vibes. Enjoy yourself.